Good evening, everyone. Here we are, ready for Bulletproof. It's the first show of its kind on Coppercoins. I'm not going to say it's the first show of its kind ever, but I've never found another show like this. Here's how it works. I have chips in here that have everybody's name on them that is participating in this pool. See? There they are. And I have a chip for every coin that was purchased. As I draw chips, I draw coins. The coins are in the box in random order. They're in there in just whatever order they happen to go in there from a floor sort. And I have 6 of these bonus chips in there. Bonus chip means after I draw your name and draw your coin, if I draw a bonus chip, you get another coin. That's what that means. So here we are. We've got the bonus chips. All the bonus chips are in the bag now. We're ready to go. I am ready to go. I hope you're ready to go. I've got about 2 or 3 minutes left of broadcast time. I need to wait for other people to show up. I've got Malcolm in here. I appreciate it, Malcolm. Robert Folk, Coin Hunter, Coin Junkie, Time Travelers Coin Exchange. Rather talkative this evening, are we? Not allowed to explore spicy things at work after that. And there's Marshall. How you doing, Mr. Marshall? The new Marshall in town is here. I am finishing the process of mixing these up very well. Hello, Mr. Crusson, Mr. Dosmus, and Brian Welty is in here. Good evening to all of you. You're waiting on the main menu. All right, here it is. And I'm going to go ahead and get started. We're just a couple of minutes early, but I'm going to need that time. Here's how it's going to work. Draw your name out. There's Coin Hunter. And pull the first coin out of the box. First coin out of the box is a 2005 proof. So Coin Hunter gets the 2005 proof. Just like that. See how that works? 2005 proofs generally sell for between $3 and $5 a piece, so you got yourself a great deal at $1.50. Hey, Techstar. Next out, Yo Man. Yo Man pulls this coin. It's a 1973 proof. This one's got a little bit of an issue. Proof coin nonetheless, 1973. And none of these coins have been searched for any kind of die varieties or anything to that effect. And we're not going to go under the scope today looking for die varieties. We're just going to get moving on this. Next one up is Paul Hampton. Paul Hampton gets a 1993 proof. That's got a $4 price ticker on it. 1993 proof. That's for Paul. Next up, Mr. Dosmus. Doug Dosmus. We'll find that he has a very rare chip type. There's 8 chips in here that say Doug Dosmus. There are 2 other chips that say Doug D. Same thing. Same person. First coin is a 1973 proof. Next up, Yo Man again. Got a 1994 proof. That's not the coin, that's the plastic, I believe. Years possible go back to 1955. 1955 up to 2019. Here's Joe Cathy. Is Joe Cathy around? I don't think he is. I don't see him here yet. He gets a 1973 proof. Most proof coins, except those in the 60s, generally sell for well over $1 a piece. Generally, they sell for between $2 and $5 a piece for most years. You get back into the wheat cents, and you're talking about $5 to $10, even $15 coins. So next up, Mr. Worley, 1994 proof. Next, Robert Pintoff. First coin for him. First coin for him turns out to be, how about a 2004 proof? 2004 S proof coin. I think anybody who knows their proof coins will agree that most of these that I have pulled so far retail at well above $1.50 a piece. And Doug Dusmus, for his second coin, gets a 1968 S proof. Reach deep in here, see who else I get. Mr. Worley again. Mr. Worley, 2001 S proof. And next for, well, Yo Man again. Yo Man with a 2004 S proof. And who's next? I know there's 50s proofs in here. Just haven't hit any of them yet. What else? Carl Ignatz. Carl gets a 2003 S proof. The 2003 proof is a rather unique year in that most of them are a nice deep cameo. This one is actually toned very nicely. But if you look, the 3 of the date doesn't hardly have any cameo on it. In fact, it's very weak. It's very normal for 2003 S proofs, and I'm not really sure why. Next up, it was $1.50 a piece. Deanne. One of 2 that Deanne gets this time around, and it's going to be a 1961 proof. Real good chance for double dies on the 61 proofs. Let's see who's next. And Sissy comes up next. Sissy Atwell. And boom, 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 she gets a 1956 proof. 1956 proofs generally sell. This one shows $2 on the holder. That must be a really old holder because the 1956 proofs generally sell for more than $5 a piece. And next up, Carl Ignatz again. Carl gets 1981 S proof. This is a type 1. It is not a type 2. Excuse me, I exploded. Let's see who's up next. Well, Yo Man again. How about Yo Man? Yo Man gets a 2010 S proof. Is that 2010? First year of the Shield pennies. I'll move some of these coins out of the way so I can keep running back. There we go. Okay, next up, Randy. Randy is going to get a 1968 S proof. I swear that's on the plastic, not the coin. The stains are on the coin. The scratches are on the plastic. All right, here's Eric. Let's see what's next. The next person is Mark. Isn't Mark here? Yeah, Mark is in here. And Mark gets a 1959 proof. Some of these are going to be worth just a little less than the pay point. A lot of them are worth a lot more than the pay point. Oop, looky there. First bonus. That's going to be from Mark. Mark A. Only got 5 chips in the entire block. And he gets a 2019 S proof. 2019 proof. 2019 proof sell for between $3 and $5 a piece. There's that. Makes up a little bit for the loss of value for the 59S. Next one up is Mike Birchman. Mike Birchman's first one will be a 1964 proof. And then we've got Doug Duck. Doug Duck, when I printed your labels, something happened and the toner didn't set right. I'm going to reprint labels for you because that doesn't look good. But Doug Duck gets a 2005 as his first. Sorry about the allergies. What's going on with me? Allergies are acting up in the lowest part of the season. Must be ragweed or something. Sissy gets the next one. Sissy gets the next one, and it will be a 2002 proof. 2002 is one of the more modern dates. It's a little difficult to come by. And next is Mike Birchman again. Did Mike just get... What did Mike just get? No, Mike didn't get that. Okay. Mike will get a 2019 proof. That's for Mike. What do we have next? Sureg. Sureg will get a 1968 S proof. And Doug Dosmas will get the next coin, and it will be a 1974 S proof. That one's got a speck on it. Let's toss that. Toss that and go to the next coin. Be a 1978 proof. That 74 proof isn't worth anything. Doug, I'm going to toss these together. I'll just let you have the 74 as well. So, there we go. Hello, Hidden. Mike Birchman gets a 1968 proof. 1968S. Kind of partial to those because that's my birth year. And 1968 proofs do have a number of little double dies to be looking for. Next up, Wanda. Wanda gets a 2018 proof. Very, very, very high in cameo. Very deep cameo coin there. All right, next up. Doug Dosmas, the rare one, the Doug D. There's only 2 of those in here. He also gets one of the more scarce coins, a 1957 proof. 1957 proof. Nice bright coin. Love the luster on these things. The luster, the sheen, whatever you want to call them. And here's another one for Duck Duck. And Duck Duck gets 1973. 1973S. Next up, Mr. Cresson. Bill Cresson gets 2005. 2005 proof. And next up, Joe Cathy. Your labels did the same thing. I pulled them out of the printer and had a little issue. About a 1973. 1973 proof. Why isn't Doug Duck here? Did he not know about this? I guess he didn't, because he wasn't at any of the reveals today. Next up, Carl. And Carl gets, this one's kind of tough, 2016. That's the, it might be on the coin. 2016. Kind of a tough date. They were charging $4 for this one. You got it for $1.50. Next now, Carl again. How about that? 1977. 1977 proof. Let's see. Coin Hunter up next. Coin Hunter gets a 2016. This one's got furry stuff. It's underneath the plastic. You have to get that out of the plastic. Gotta get more room here. Gotta have room for expansion. I knew I'd have to have it, just wasn't aware that I'd have to have it so soon. Right? Believe it or not, I just kept all these in the exact same order they had already been in. They are mixed. They were mixed by a non-numismatist. That would be my wife. Huh. And my dog is here watching us. Right over there in the chair. All right, next up, Doug again. And Doug will get a, it looks like this one's a 1977. It's in some streaky plastic. They call it streaky plastic. Let me get some of these out of the way. Okay. And I got things a little more spaced out. Easier to deal with. Okay, next up. How about that? Coin Hunter. Coin Hunter comes out with a 2005 proof. And next up, Randy. Randy has a 1969 S proof. And then Randy again. Randy with a 1962 proof. A lot of double dies in 62 to be watching for. A lot of them. Next will be Jeff Dunn. Jeff Dunn starts us with a 1961 proof. Jeff Dunn with a 1961 proof. And then Paul Hampton. Paul Hampton comes out with a 1977 S proof. Paul Hampton's 1977 proof. And then next we have Sissy. Sissy here with a 1962 proof. This one doesn't look pretty. Meh. I'm going to pull one out of the other box at random without looking. And a 2004 S proof. She'll get both of those. There we go. Would you look at that? The next coin was a 2004 proof. Who gets that? Late night. 2004 proof. And then the next coin up, 1 year later, Mr. Crescent picks up a 2005 proof. At $200 to $300 per roll. These things don't come cheap, I tell you that for sure. Coin Hunter. Back to Coin Hunter again, and he gets, was this toned? Yeah, it is. It's a toned 1980 proof. A toned 1980 proof. That's pretty. There's 200 coins in all, Time Traveler's Coin Exchange. Can't get them all in one box. So, yep, there's more than one box. 2002 for Sureg. 2002 proof for Sureg. Who comes next? I'll reach way back in the corner of the bag and grab myself a Marque. Mr. Mark gets 1961. Back in the other corner of the bag, I get Late Night again. And Late Night gets 1957. 1957 wheat proof. What do I have next here? Next, Mr. Crescent again. I have a 1969 S proof. $1969 from Mr. Crescent. And next up is Mr. Worley. He's going to get a 1980 S proof. Right in between the two dates that have two types of mint marks, the 79 and the 81. Let's see who else I get here. Duck Duck. Duck Duck pulls a 1996 proof. 1996 is one of those dates that's a little more difficult to come by. I know that because the 1996 proof set is rather expensive. I bought one for my son because that's his birth year. Alright, next up will be Eric. Eric Beyer gets a 1972 proof. This one's toned. A little dark purplish color. Purplish and other assorted colors. Go with that one. Next up, Jeff Dunn again. Jeff Dunn is going to get a 2019 proof. 2019. Get this in there now. Next, Late Night comes back for a 2005 proof. And next, Mr. Dosmus again, 1968 proof. 1968S proof. Then Sissy comes back for a 2004 proof. Then we go to Joe Cathy again. Joe Cathy gets a 1969 S proof. 1969. Who is next? Next up is Mike Birchman. Mike Birchman gets a, there we go, 1956 proof. 1956. Nice one, Mike. Next up, we have Sissy again. And Sissy pulls 1969S. 1969S. And next chip for Sissy again. Hey. Oh, looky there. 1955. 1955 proof. That was a little marred up a little bit. But still, 1955 proofs generally sell for about $15. This is probably worth at least $5. Alright, who is next in the batch? Paul Hampton. Paul Hampton with a 1969S proof. I don't know if that's the only 55 proof in here. I think I have 2 or 3 of them in here, actually. Eric Beyer. 2005. The free hair. I'll take the hair. You take the coin. Put this up here. Keep this in place. There we go. And Coin Hunter. Back for a 1969. 1969 S proof. Oh, Penny Saver Cash, Roy Johnson. You missed getting in on this one, buddy. It's a proof draw. $1.50 a coin. You had to buy them last Tuesday during the auction. Here's Wanda. Wanda pulls 1961 proof. $1.50 a coin, and this goes back into the wheats. All the way up to the most modern years. What do we got now? Joe Cathy. Oop, here we go. 1970S proof. That is a large date. It's a 1970S proof for Joe. Next up, Duck Duck. Duck Duck gets a 2015 proof. Every coin drawn is a proof coin. There's Malcolm. Malcolm draws a 2005 S proof. We'll have another one of these, folks. We'll have another one. Hey, look at this. Who is it? Coin Hunter. Back to Coin Hunter, and we get a 1957 wheat proof. A lot of these years back in the 50s and 60s, they minted fewer than 2 million coins. So these things are not easy to find. Not that easy. Sureg grabs a 1969S. 1969S. This is like a bargain box hunt. Paul Hampton, 2003. 2003 is one of the good years. There you go, 2003 proof. I have not checked any of the 98 or 99 proofs that are in here for the Close AM reverse. I'm leaving everything up to you guys. I bought these exactly like this, and I'm turning them over exactly like this. My cost on these was a little better than $1.25 a coin. I just wanted to turn them over. 2018 for Mr. Worley. Plus, I put a few extras in there of a couple of the years I have extra stock in. There's Eric. I just want to be able to spread the wealth a little bit. There we go with a 2001S. So I haven't really looked at these coins. I merely gave the box to my wife and says, here, mix these up really good. She said, how? I said, just mix them up like a deck of cards. So she literally did. Well, Wanda gets a 77, but I can see my 77's got spots, so I'm going to draw one out of the other box at random. I couldn't have done that again if I tried. Gets another 77. So it gets a nice 77 to replace the not so nice 77. And that's Wanda. And here we go. I want you to get your money's worth out of it. This isn't like, it's not like that card game where they call it Screw Your Neighbor or something like that. Doug Dosmus. Doug Dosmus gets a 1961. And with all these older years, there's at least some likelihood that you might be able to find some double dies in there. And double dies are actually very scarce for proof coins. Oh, looky there. Got a bonus. Who was the bonus for? Doug, I think, yeah? Yep, Doug Dosmus. Gets a 1969. Yes, proof. That one's got a little mark on it. It's free. There you go. Now, who's next? It's me being Santa Claus in July. That's right. Yo Man comes back. Yo Man comes back and gets a 1977 proof. Next up, Eric. 1976 Bicentennial. They didn't make bicentennial pennies in 1976, but 1976 is still the year of the bicentennial of the United States. When in the course of human events, it becomes necessary to whatever. Surreg, 1962. Beautiful 1962. That's a really nice one, actually. Let's see, what do we have here? We have Yo Man comes back for a slightly cloudy 1968 proof. That's not worth $4. They had that one mismarked. Let's see who's next. Duck comes in with a 1968S, and not any disrespect to Duck, but I did sell all my Dogecoin today because it's just not doing anything, and I wanted to put my money into something that would actually do something. Joe Cathy with a 1957 wheat cent proof. And then we have, who's next in here? Randy. Randy, guess what Randy gets? Who wants to guess the year? Anybody want to guess the year? It is a wheat. No, not 52. There you go. Time Traveler's Coin Exchange got it right. It's 1957. 1957 proof for Mr. Randy. Now, here you go. Here's a good one. Sissy gets a 1998 S proof. Should we check it? Hey, Ryan. Should we check it? You want to check it? You want to see? Because I didn't check this. I have no idea. I am itching to look at the back of this. I got to do it. If this is a close AM, it is a rare error. If it is a wide AM, it's a normal coin. Oh, it's a wide AM. Normal coin. Oh well. Is what it is, right? Still got it for $1.50, right? Let's see. Carl Ignatz. What year is it? It's a proof. What year? Dun 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 dun. I'm gonna flip it slowly. It's Carl's coin. And Carl gets... That's right, yo man. 1956. Can you guys read what's in my box? You guys reading this thing? Alright. Let's see who's next. Well, Randy comes up again. Randy comes up again and he gets a 1999. Now this is the one that could be really good. Because if this is a close AM, it's worth money. If it is a wide AM, it's worth $3. It's the wide AM. A wide AM, and it's worth about $3. There you go, Randy. All right, Sureg. Sureg grabs 9. You see, it's a 2005. Yes, 2005. You graduated from high school in 99, Randy? Wow. I don't even want to say when I graduated. It's embarrassing. No, actually, it just shows me that I'm old and wise. Here's Robert Pintoff. Robert Pintoff gets a 1962, one of the years that has a number of really nice double dice to be watching for. Carl, you graduated in 74. I remember 74. Wow, look at that. Another Robert Pintoff. That's what happens when you do random draw for names. You can pick the same person's name more than once. You got a 2005 this time. Oh, look, a little heart-shaped haze mark on it. That's kind of cute. And here we go. Randy again. Randy gets a 1961 proof. 1961. And who's up next? Carl. Hey, Carl. Look, you just entered a year. And guess what you get? No, you don't get a 1974. It's a 1955. Get a 1955 proof. Congratulations, good sir. 1955. Right when streaking was just starting. There you go. Joe Cathy up next. Gets a 1999. Do we want to check this one? Yeah, I guess we will. We might as well, right? Dun, 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 dun. And this is a wide AM. Not the close AM. It's the $3 coin, not the $100 coin. Who's up next? Duck Duck. Duck Duck and a 2005. 2005 for Duck Duck. $1976 seems like 100 years ago. I tell you, we were going to have a reunion, class reunion this year. It was decided a little late on that we weren't going to do it, but if we had, it would have been my 35th class reunion. 35 years. Where the hell did they go? It's like, wow, really? 35 years. So I wonder what I'm going to do with the other 35. All right, here we go. Oh, look at that. It's a bonus. It's a bonus. And the bonus goes to Duck Duck. And he gets a 1977. 1977 proof for the bonus. And let's see what we get next. Up next, Robert Pintoff again. He's going to grab a 1983 proof. 1983. And next up, Malcolm. Malcolm McLaughlin gets a 1957. 1957 wheat cent proof. Nice one, too. Congrats, sir. Nice $1.50 well spent. Up next, Sureg. Sureg comes home with a 2004 proof. 2004. Very nice. And next up, hey, yo man, looky there. Looky who just spoke up. Proof 1969S for yo man. Next up, Mr. Crescent. How about a 1959? 1959, first year of the Memorial Cent. Also has double dies to be looking for. Who's next? Mr. Dosmus. Doug Dosmus gets a 1957 wheat cent proof. Awesome, awesome, right? Here's Sissy. Up next, Sissy. It's another 68 proof. 1968 proof. Next here, Coin Hunter. Coin Hunter gets a 1971 proof. Who's up next? Mark. Mr. Mark gets a 2017. 2017. Next up, Bill Cresson. How about a 2000 S proof? 2000. Doesn't get better, does it? Randy. 1978. It's one of the more slightly difficult years to come by, actually. 1978 are not easy to get. They're not expensive, but they're not easy to get either. Hey, look at there. And I get a bonus. And that bonus is for Randy. And that bonus is 2006. 2006S. How about that for coming out completely at random, exactly as is? And then next, Joe Cathy. And before I do it, if I draw two bonuses, the last bonus goes back. You can only get one bonus per person per time. And he gets a 1957 proof. That one looks like it might be struck through something. Well, unusual looking. Yeah, it's got some toning on it. I'll look at the date on this. Okay, it's just got some toning and a little bit of spotting. But it's still a 1957 proof. That's probably it, Malcolm. But I don't think 78 was really made in large quantities either. Well, here's Malcolm with a string from the bag. Want a string from the bag? Got you a free string from the bag. 2005. 2005S proof for Malcolm. Next up, we have Sureg. And Sureg comes away with, 1998S. This one could be their rare one. Flip it over, and no, it's not. It is the Wide AM, which is the common one. Hey, Farm Dog. Need Cup 13. Well, Time Traveler, that is probably what's wrong. You didn't get dropped on the head too many times. You drink too much coffee. That's what it is. Joe Cathy, 1961 proof. Nice looking 1961 proof. Hope you find a double die on that. Could be a really good one there. You never know. Doug D. Doug Dosmus comes out of this crash looking like a 2005 proof. That's for Doug. Next up, I am having fun, Hawkeye. Bill Cresson. Hope maybe next time you'll have a chance to get in. 2002 proof. I am going to do another one of these. I think this is fun. Be doing another proof pull. Probably later on in the month. Maybe next month. I have a lot of proof coins. Jeff Dunn. When I say a lot, I mean I have a lot. I have almost 300 rolls of proof coins. There's 2002. Some of them I have a hard time finding. Some of them I don't. 78 is definitely one of the ones I have a hard time finding. This is for Eric, and we have a 1960. Is it a large or a small date? It is a large date. Not one of the overdate double dies. I call it an overdate, but that's just so I don't have to say a small over large date or a large over small date double die. It's an easier way of saying it, I guess. Here's one from Malcolm. Let's see what Malcolm gets. 2010. First year of the Shields. And tell you what, these Shield sent proofs have not been well explored for doubled dies. This really is your chance to dig in and start looking. I remember, what was it? Oh, a year and a half ago, we opened up a roll of, was it 98 or 99 proof coins, and we found a double die reverse. Never reported. I think it was a 98. Found a double die reverse. Had never been reported. Robert Pintoff gets a 1962. One of those years where you really need to check it over carefully for double dies. And Sureg will pick up a 2003. 2003 for Sureg. And here we go. Who's going to get this one? Mr. Crusson. Mr. Crusson is going to get a 1958. It's 1958. Wheat cent proof. Next up, Mark A. Mark A gets a 1985. 1958, 1985. And then for going deep, Mike Birchman, we get a flip the numbers over again. 1958. And then for Doug Duck. Doug Duck gets a 1978. Well, there's that box about full. Get myself situated here. All right, now I bring this box over. And next up, Carl Ignatz brings home a 1977. And then Eric Beyer, about 1978. You guys should really be checking these for double dies. I don't look through enough proof coins for double dies, but I bet there's a lot of nice little minor double dies out there that people don't know about that could very well be on these coins. Malcolm gets a 77. Next up, Coin Hunter. Coin Hunter grabs a 1981, and this is a filled S. It's not the clear S. It's got a little spot on it. Let's see. Next up, Eric. 2004. Next up, Jeff Dunn. How about a 1982? Finish that 82 set off. 1982 proof. Only one type was made, and they were all large date. That's what I feel like telling all these people who come in the groups and they ask, is this a small date or a large date? Go buy a proof coin. If you buy a proof coin, they're all large date. Rubber Pintoff. How about a 1961? 1961 for Robert. And Randy. Randy walks away with a 1969. This one's got a little bit of haze. Oops. These things situated the right direction. There we go. All right, next up. How many of the bonuses have we drawn? Has it been 3 or 4? Still got a couple, I know. Mr. Worley. 2010 proof. Paul Hampton. 2005. And then Duck Duck. Duck Duck comes in with a 1973. Ooh, that one's got a spot. Well, we need to replace it. We do that like this. 1980. There we go. Duck Duck gets both of those. Who's up next? Next, Wanda. Wanda grabs a 1961 proof. One of the nice double die years. And then we have Sureg. Sureg, and unfortunately, 1969S is not one of the big double die years. It is for the business strike, but not for the proofs. What is your problem? Hey! What is your problem? Cut it out. Suddenly had a explosion back here. No. Lay down. No. He's back here with his mouth in a circle, ready to bark. He didn't like the 69. Well, let's see if that's true, because the next coin happens to be a 69. The 1969 proof. No, I don't think he cares. He just likes to bark once in a while. He wakes up out of a dream and decides he's still in it and he wants to bark at something. So he looks up at the TV and tries to blame his barking on the TV, and the TV's not even turned on. So, can't do that. Malcolm with a 1962 proof. What do we get next? Wanda. Wanda gets a 2001 proof. 2001. That one's really nice and sparkly. Who is next? Well, Coin Hunter. Coin Hunter comes up next, and Coin Hunter gets a 1983. And then Wanda again gets a 1971. And then we have Carl. Carl gets 1964. Another one of the double die years. In fact, 1964 probably has more different double dies than any other proof year. Jeff Dunn comes up next, and Jeff Dunn gets a 2005. 2005. And then Late Night. Late Night pops in for a 1958. There we go, 1958 proof. Who's up next? Malcolm. How many chips do you have, Malcolm? Like 25 or something? 1977. Yep, that one's got a big spot. A lot of the 77s, for some unknown reason, have spots. We'll grab him another one. What is it? It's a 62. So you get a 62 to go with the 77. And next up will be Deanne. Deanne gets a 2019 proof. Yeah, the spotting is very common. It's the sets that the plastic they put them in. Mike Birchman. Mike Birchman gets a 1968. And then a bonus. That was Mike Birchman, wasn't it? Yeah, Mike Birchman also gets a 2008. Nice looking 2008 proof there. And then Mark gets a 1970 S proof. This 70 proof has a stain on it, and it is a large date, but it could very well be a double die. It's a very nice reverse on that. That looks scratched up, but it's not. It's the plastic. The type of lighting we have here has every quality of reflecting scratches and reflecting lines and stuff. And, oh, how about the 2015 for Malcolm? I did that a little bit backwards, but hey, it was all right. Here's Jeff Dunn again, 2004. And then we have Mr. Worley. Mr. Worley for a 1977. This one's ugly. Man, that's an ugly 77. All right, let me reach back here and grab another one at random. That one feels good. What is it? 2019. 2019 for James Worley. Let's see. Oh, Mr. Worley again. Well, Mr. Worley gets a 2002 proof. Next up, Joe Cathy. Joe Cathy for a 2004 proof. And the year of the Mr. Worley is 1981. That is also a Type 1 filled S. Next up, what's this chip back here? Coin Hunter. Coin Hunter, are you still here? I think you are. You are still here. Look what you get. 1956. 1956 proof for Coin Hunter. Let's see, what else do we have in here? Robert Pintoff. 1994 S. What else we got? Bum bum bum. Yo man. Yo man, I haven't seen you come up in a little while, and you got a 2000. Year 2000. Y2K. Not a Cheerios penny. It's a proof penny. Carl. Carl bumps us up again for a 2002. Still got some chips in here. Still got some coins in here. I'm a lucky guy. 2010 for Jeff Dunn. Jeff Dunn with a 2010. Come on. Stay in. All I said, stay there. Oh, look at that. Jeff Dunn comes out again. Jeff Dunn with a 1977. Just a couple of little spots. I'm going to replace that one. Yep. And Sureg with a 1977. And it's got a couple of smaller spots. Oh, that's got a big spot up there behind the head. So we're going to replace that one with what looks good. Is it this one? 1968S. So we got a 1977 and a 1968 for the one draw. 75 cents a coin's not bad, if I do say so myself. Less than I pay for them. Alright, here we go. We're down to the wire here. I may not have enough coins. I may have to grab some more coins. Randy gets a 2006. I've been doing a lot of replacing here, so I'm not sure how much I've got left. I will make sure I have enough. What says me? I says we having fun. That's what I says. And I says what I says, and I says what I says. Yo man grabs 2017 S. 2017 for Yo man. Next up is going to be Bill Crusson. 1972. 1972. Here's Duck Duck. 1964. Let's see, who's next? Mike Birchman again. 2004. Eric. 1964. Who's this? Joe Cathy. 2001. 2001. Look how close the date is together, how much space there is to the rim. They're all like that. I don't know why, but they are. Next we have Jeff Dunn. Again, Jeff Dunn grabs a 1963, one of the most populous years for double dice. 1963, 1964. Lots of double dice those 2 years. 1962 also. Mike Birchman, 1961. It's got a couple little spots on it. And what else do we have? Eric, 1970. Oh, look at that. It's got some stains on it, but man, it's got a lot of color. Interesting coin. Maybe that's just the holder. The coin does have color. Not a lot of it, though. Let's see. Late Night comes up next. 1962. A couple of little spots. That is actually breaks in the haze. Those aren't carbon spots. They're not black. That haze could come off of there. Let me show you a trick. Watch this. Yeah, I'm going to teach you guys bad manners and bad habits and all kinds of bad stuff. I'm going to do it. I may as well do it right. Right? Watch this. There's that coin. Take a look. Watch what I'm going to do. I'm going to fluff this out. Yeah, but watch what this does for proof coins. This is xylene. Xylo. You got to get it really nice and big and fluffy. Okay? You can't do it on this surface because it will melt it. So I'll do it like this. But watch this. I should be wearing gloves. I should have a window open. I should be wearing a mask. I should be doing all sorts of things that I'm not. Now you have to dry it off. So I just roll a dry Q-tip over it. And then when it starts to get dry, see that? I'm going to wash that cloud right off my coin. See that? Look at all the cloudiness on there. Let me get this down to the level where it's in focus. See all that cloudiness? Look at this side. Cloudiness is mostly gone. Now it can get better. This is a quick little run through. Okay. Now watch. Oh, it gets better. You have to watch scratching it though. You got to make sure that your Q-tip is really wet, and you got to make sure that you stop rubbing as your Q-tip starts to go dry. Do not rub on the coin. You're merely rolling the stuff off of the coin. You're picking it up. See, look at that. There you go. You guys get the secret trick of the day. Number 1. Xylene can be used to take cloudiness off of proof coins. Voila. Now, a couple of things about that. Thing number 1. Xylol is a carcinogenic material. It has all kinds of warnings on the bottle. If you can see that, there's all kinds of warnings on the bottle. It is definitely not good for you. You should definitely wash your hands after using it. You should definitely wear some sort of ventilation device. You should definitely not drink it. Very, very bad for you. Now, the other thing is that you can and probably will scratch some coins practicing figuring out how to do this. It's a certain amount of pressure, certain amount of moisture, and it's certain coins will work and other coins will not. I don't know how to tell you to do it other than to try it. And it will ruin some coins, and other coins it will work just fine. The other thing I need to tell you, and this is kind of really important, is that you don't just do it to every coin. There has to be a certain kind of haze on the coin that generally develops in PVC holders, and if you leave the haze alone, it is going to eat the coin away. So there we go. Time travelers, you're just fine. You're funny as funny gets. Next one's for Yo Man. This is a 2002. Grading services do not condone the use of xylene, but xylene, if used properly, completely evaporates off the coin and will not harm the coin. It's a 1977 for Duck Duck. Ooh, that one's got a huge spot right in the middle. Oh, yuck, yuck. Yuck, yuck for Duck Duck. What am I going to grab for him? Just another coin? 1969. It's 1969 proof to help go with that 1977. That was not a good coin. I wonder how many of these I've got left. No, I think I've got enough. Diluted nail polish or nail polish remover? Wanda gets a 2003 proof. I don't think I'd put nail polish on coins. Nail polish remover diluted with what? Because if you dilute it with water, then you're putting a water base on it, and that doesn't work well. Actually, nail polish remover is acetone. If you use pure acetone on proof coins, it will make them cloudy. You don't want to do that. Wanda, a little bit spotty, 1973. What the heck? Let's give Wanda another coin. What are we going to get for? I'm going to reach back here into the dark. It's a 1961, and it's a very nice one. YouTube is very common for giving bad ideas. YouTube is highly common for giving bad advice. It's because it's not YouTube giving the advice. It's morons who think they know everything to go onto YouTube, and they screw up by doing things improperly. Sissy, 1962. And then let's see what's next. Doug, probably his last coin, 1961. One of the few really high quality double die years. Hope you get a double die out of that coin. Who's next? But Jeff Dunn. Jeff Dunn now with 1977. And this one is spot free. How about that? Well, on the obverse it's spot free. It's got one little spot on the reverse. I'm honestly running out of coins. Let's see here. Malcolm. Malcolm gets a 2001 S. Clear coat of something is probably lacquer, and it is very difficult to take off. Paint thinner sometimes will do it, but it can also ruin the copper underneath, as the lacquer itself can ruin the copper underneath. Robert Pintoff got a 1968 S. Next up, Mr. Crusson gets a 1983. 1983 to Mr. Crusson. And you guys can tell by now. I mean, there's more cost involved in this than you guys paid for it. I'm just doing this to have fun. I just wanted to get rid of some inventory. I wanted to kind of tear down the number of coins I had because I've got just way too many. It's Carl Ignatz now for the 2004 S. Nobody on the planet's going to sell you a 1955 S proof for $1.50. It's just not going to happen. James Worley. James Worley gets a 1961. I think I had 355 S proofs in this. Rubber Pintoff. Back with a 1960. Says it's a large date, and it is. Who's next? Randy. Randy with a 1960. This one seems to have some toning. Nope, that's the type of plastic that this is stapled into. That's really weird. But this side shows you more or less true color. This side appears to be, well, that's true color, but when I turn it down like this, it changes colors. That's weird. That's actually the color of the coin right there. And you bring it down here and you get all kinds of, I guess that's the type of light that's reflecting on it, and that one has a spot on it, but I don't have any coins to give up any more. But it's a 1960 proof. What's up next? Eric. What's up, Doc? How about a 1961? 1961, that one's in pretty good shape. 1961 proof. Let's see what we have next. Up next is Sissy again, probably her last coin. Gets a 1969 proof. I think she's already gotten a couple of 69 proofs. Let's see. I have some coins down here. I'm going to just start grabbing randomly from my coin box. Robert Pintoff, 2015. Robert Pintoff, a 2015. What do I have left? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I don't have 7 coins left. How many do I have here? 1, 2, 3. Pardon me. Grabbed out of my box over here 4 coins at random so I would have enough coins to finish this. Okay, here we go. Wanda. Wanda's going to grab a 1962. 1962 for Wanda. You see, I was told this would take hours to do. Next up, Wanda again. Was that Wanda? Wanda came up last time? It was Wanda. Now Wanda again, and a 2004 proof. 2004. And Mike Birchman, 1969. Yes, 1969 proof for Mike Birchman. I have no idea what I grabbed when I went over there. As the box is not in order, I just grabbed 4 coins because I needed 4 coins. Now Malcolm with a pull, 1961. 61. Malcolm the jokester in the crowd. Mr. Stand-Up. And Mr. Stand-Up. So James Worley. James Worley is up next. James Worley. Nice 1964 proof there. A very nice 1964. Yeah, time traveler. No, I don't think so. I don't have any 36 proofs. So if one got in there, I'd be fighting you for it. How many chips we got left? Total of 2 chips left. Okay. Oh, would you look at that? One of them's a bonus. Who was it? James Worley? James Worley gets a bonus, and the bonus is going to be a 2004 proof. 2004 proof for Mr. Worley's bonus. And the end game is a 2010 proof, and 2010 proof belongs to, who's the one person that we didn't get all 10 chips for? Dun, 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 dun. It's a red chip. It is Mr. Crescent. Mr. Crescent gets the last coin, a 2010 proof. So that's it, folks. That's what I've got. Bunch of proof coins. Bunch of proof. Nah, he didn't have 25. I only made 10 chips per person, so there's no way there's more than 10 per person. You might end up with 13, 14 coins because of bonuses and redraws. But that's okay. We can get back into doing this at another date. But this show is over. I appreciate it, folks. Thank you very much. Thanks for being customers. You make me feel special, I tell you what. And next time, what are we going to do next time? Well, I guess the next time that we're going to be together will be on Tuesday. On Tuesday will be an unprecedented Coppercoins auction, meaning that I am going to stay away from my VFW meeting so that I can do an auction on Tuesday for you guys. We're going to have another auction. We're going to have reveals. We're going to have another box pull. So be sure that you're at the auction on Tuesday Tuesday will be the, what is it, 3rd of August? Yes, it'll be the 3rd of August. That's right. Sunday is the 1st of August. That's my birthday. And then Monday is the 2nd of August. And the 2nd of August is the birthday of the Lincoln Cent. What do you know? August 2nd, 1909 was the debut of the Lincoln Cent. So there we go. I was born one day before the coin, right? But I do share a birthday with Robert Lincoln, Lincoln's son, August 1st. Theme for this particular auction is going to be good singles, really nice singles. I've got a lot of early date singles that I'm going to be putting together for you. I have some semi-key dates, some key date stuff. Yeah, so that's what it's going to be. Mostly singles. I'll probably do some rolls too, maybe even some mystery boxes. Who knows? Whatever happens to come together for, Tuesday afternoon. So I appreciate it. You guys have a great night, and I will talk to you later. Ciao.